Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. Can you hear me now? Yeah, you should be able to hear me now. I don't know if I like that mic any better though, because that is a different one. Yeah, can you hear it now? Hello. Unfortunately, what happens is as soon as you hit broadcast, I know this is recording, so anybody watching the replay, skip past the first 2 to 3 minutes. I wish you could do a live test. 2, you can hear me now? Well, it seems to be picking up the audio from my webcam. Can you? Testing 1, 2, oh, yeah, testing 1, 2. Can you hear me now? Yeah, there's a delay. Okay, cool. All right, well, we're just going to use that mic. That's annoying. I have this lovely Audio Technica right here hooked up, but for some reason, Google Hangouts wasn't wanting to play with it. So I will use the built-in mic with my webcam. It's also a Logitech. Sweet. Okay, good. Make sure everything's on straight. To work backwards. We have got 1 minute to go. If you're watching the replay of this, of course, skip forward first couple minutes. But we have an amazing program ready for you. Yes. Woo! Always getting nervous when the last second of, technical possible hiccups. But I've never had a major technical hiccup yet. But everything's always good. So let me do a quick screen share. Entire screen. And just want to double check that everybody can see that. Good. Google Hangouts sharing your screen. You can see my screen. You should be able to hear me now. Always good. Okay. There's a little bit of a lag time, but I know that you can see my screen. So we have got to get started. Wowee, kazowie. That is exciting. Let me come back on camera and officially kick off. Here we go. Fantastic. I have got an amazing program for you lined up, my friends from around the world. Greetings and welcome. This is Mari Smith coming to you live from glorious sunny San Diego. Today is Monday, October 27th, 2014, and you are watching hashtag Facebook 2015. What marketers need to know. Now, I'm going to be covering 7 Facebook trends with you today. I'm going to be covering some mistakes, some organic reach tips, the future of Facebook. Get ready to take lots of notes. On that note, I have a special webinar worksheet for you, okay? So for those of you folks tuning in live right now, let's see, of course, my own comment went flying way down. It is bit.ly, because we always have to have a bit.ly. Oh, you know what? I just tweeted it out. I'm always ahead of myself. It's bit.ly /FB 2015 worksheet, all lowercase, all righty? Let me just pop that in here, webinar worksheet. That's just a free little PDF for you to follow along. You might want to print it out real quick if you can, scribble some notes on it, okay? So that's just a handy way to keep track. Now, I also do have the slides and lots of notes for you, okay? There's a lot to cover today. So without further ado, let us get on with the program. And folks, I just have to say, truly appreciate you being here today, because I know there is an awful lot of places that you could be, and you're choosing to be here with me today, and I feel honored, truly honored. You know, we have almost 6,000 people signed up for this webinar. I know that the timing is just perfect for learning more about Facebook. It's been an incredible year for Facebook. We'll get onto that in a second. By the way, I do have to give a quick shout out to Lee Auden from Top Rank blog. His session for Social Media Success Summit is right now at the exact same time. I just realized it was the same time, so shout out to Lee. We actually have some of Lee's work that we'll be talking about in today's session, so that's a good thing. All right, without further ado, remember hashtag Facebook 2015, and I am tweeting live nuggets. Well, I've scheduled them on Hootsuite. I can't multitask that much. But let me jump into the slides, and I'll periodically come back onto camera. Go ahead and pop your questions in below, or on Twitter, or on Google+, wherever you're watching this, or on Facebook. All righty, so let me share my screen, and you'll see my slides. And there she goes. All right, so Facebook 2015, what marketers need to know, as I say, hashtag Facebook 2015. You can do uppercase, lowercase, doesn't really matter. And I was going to do FB 2015, it's just got a little bit easier, but that hashtag looked like it was already kind of in use. Okay, so what we're going to cover today, here we go. Facebook's future, as I mentioned, 7 trends, organic reach tips, boosting tips, 6 Facebook mistakes, and a major growing trend, as I mentioned on the registration page, for this webinar that people are not necessarily realizing. Very exciting, all right? So onwards we go. I will let you have these slides too. In fact, I'll follow up with an email with the slides. You know, we are recording this too, being a Google Hangout, but I do encourage you to just take the time right now. You're already on board, so here we go. Now then, Mark Zuckerberg, as you all probably know, his mission, or the Facebook's mission for really, I think as long as Facebook's existed, 10 years now, is to make the world more open and connected. Well, guess what, folks? Sometimes we have resistance to that, right? We're like, well, I don't want to. What about my privacy? I don't want to be that open. I don't want to be connected to everybody in the world. Well, I kind of dial it back and imagine, just kind of pull it back right into your own home, into your own family, your immediate family and immediate friends. Imagine if your world, not the world, but your world was more open and connected, that people were sharing honestly and kindly and lovingly and consciously, and just connecting at a deeper level, more intimately, being real, sharing the truth. You know, life is too short to just pretend that everything is all wonderful when it's not, or to ask for support, you name it. So I'm just kind of putting it out there. You know, I've always long admired Mark, as many of you know. Yes, I have drunk the Kool-Aid. So whenever I see people saying, oh my gosh, you know, oh yeah, I'm going to predict that Facebook's, you know, the demise of Facebook, oh, it's pay to play, oh, it's the organic reach is over, Facebook's going to turn into MySpace. Absolutely not. No way, Jose, folks. And I'll tell you why. This particular slide is a crucial slide in my whole deck here, because I want you to think about that wonderful saying about skating where the hockey puck is going. You all heard that saying, wonderful Canadian saying, right? For all my Canucks in the house, eh? Fellow Canucks. Mark, I've always felt that Mark Zuckerberg is very skilled at actually placing the hockey puck where he thinks it should be and then skating to it. He doesn't just skate where he thinks it's going to be. He actually has, what I think, this is my observation, I'm taking the metaphor a bit far, but I think he actually has the ability to shape the future. First things first, I got 3 bullets I'm going to make on this slide. I want you to think about this in terms of, oh, Facebook is so much more than just, quote unquote, Facebook.com and the platform we all know and love, or love to hate, or hate to love. You know, sometimes it's the bane of our lives, sometimes it's absolutely the most brilliant invention on the planet. And there's more to Facebook than that. So internet.org, I'm sure all of you are familiar with this. This is Mark's vision to get the whole world connected, to get more of developing countries with internet access through the use of drones. The future of the world economy is a knowledge economy. The internet is the backbone. You can read about that more and watch videos, etc. on internet.org. Now then, some of you may well have seen that Mark Zuckerberg was in China. Amazing. I just thought he did an incredible job. He answered a whole entire Q&A session in fluent Chinese, even cracking jokes. Well, as many of you probably know, his wife Priscilla is of Chinese descent, and I'm sure she speaks fluently. Apparently she speaks Cantonese as well. And Mark has been very studiously learning Chinese for some time. Well, guess what, folks? At that Q&A session recently, he said these are his 3 reasons when he was asked by the moderator, why is he studying Chinese? And he said, oh, he wants to speak with his in-laws, especially I think it's his grandmother-in-law. He wants to study the Chinese culture because he finds it fascinating, and he loves a challenge, and Chinese is difficult. Well, of course, we all know there's bound to be a fourth reason in there, right? That Facebook wants to break down that Great Wall of China. Hey, if Facebook got all of China on board, guess what? The membership would double overnight, wouldn't it? 1.3 billion would suddenly be 2.6 billion. Pretty amazing. So that's a huge part of Facebook's future. And then at that same conference, Mark was asked, what are you working on? What is Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg focus on? And he said these three things. And the next things in tech, he said that Facebook is working on, first, mentioned it up here, connecting the entire world, internet.org. Second thing, guess what? Developing artificial intelligence. Now then, think about it. That's not necessarily about Facebook.com, is it? It's artificial intelligence, incredible developments there. And then the third one, and oh, just mind-boggling that what an exciting time for us all to be alive right now. Facebook building virtual reality products, and he mentioned the Oculus Rift. You put on that giant mask, and you can go on a cruise through a store or another part of the world, or just the marketing implications are incredible. I have some links actually. Let me just escape on that for a second. Yeah, I got some links for you down here, like this one in particular. This one in particular, qz.com. Let me put that over onto my, not right there, please. We end up creating that endless loop of things. qz.com, most important things Mark Zuckerberg said in broken Chinese. In fact, let me put that in your little comments right here. You can bookmark that. I think I didn't put that in my tweets, but like I say, I'll give you guys these slides and the notes. I have them down here. Okay, there's just some amazing. I have notes down there about the Oculus Rift. All right, so let's hop back over to our slides and go into the Facebook trends. Let me just come back on camera before I do that for a right quick moment here. Oh. That's interesting. I think there was a split screen for a minute there. Yes. Okay. Greetings, folks. I'm just hopping back on camera for a quick moment to say hi if you've just joined us. Thank you so much for everybody who's taken time out of their busy schedule today and the afternoon, morning, evening, whatever part of time it is in your part of the world. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear. You can see me. There's visuals. We have a free handout for you. I put the link in that. It's bit.ly/FB2015 worksheet. It's just a fill in the blanks worksheet for you to follow along with today's content. You're welcome to tweet hashtag Facebook2015, and I have a lot of tweets scheduled for you with certain links. Okay, so with that, let's dive back into the slides. We've got a lot to cover today. Just wanted to make sure you know I'm here and in the flesh. Oh, by the way, all my fellow webinar leaders, it's kind of fun when you're in your home office and you can just get the top half ready. I'm actually sitting here in shorts and slippers. I got my pretty jacket and my jewelry and my makeup, my hair, but I forgot to put rings on today. But yeah, the bottom half doesn't need to be done. Just don't ask me to stand up. Too funny. All right, back to screen share. Here we go. All righty. All right, some Facebook trends. The number one, this one, I'm sure you'll all concur, and if you don't concur, this is it. Got to get on board. Number one Facebook trend for 2015, business pages are going to post more video, and if you don't, folks, you are missing out. It is absolutely time to ramp up your video marketing. We've all been talking about video marketing strategy. Well, guess what? You've got to back it up a little bit and have a video creation strategy. It's almost like marketing, thinking about video marketing is putting the cart before the horse necessarily. You've got to be thinking, okay, what are all the ways we could create video? Short micro video, Vine and Instagram, 15 seconds, 6 seconds. Short videos, 30 seconds for Facebook perhaps, or longer. So the beautiful thing, I think many of you know that videos now include views, right? There's public facing number. You can see of all the videos that you're now watching on Facebook, how many people are viewing them. I think this is a brilliant new stat to see, because guess what? It actually shows us, folks, there are a lot of lurkers on Facebook. You might see a video that has 100,000 views, but maybe the comments, likes, and shares are nowhere near that. So it shows that people watch videos, they don't all necessarily interact with them. And the other beautiful thing is a call to action link, and you can program that in there. If you're not putting video on your Facebook page, you're really missing out. I'm talking to myself here too as well, because I got to tell you, it's just I haven't done a lot of video this year on my page, and I'm definitely going to be doing more. Think about how you can create fun, informal, purposeful videos. Definitely use humor. Oh my gosh, people just love a bit of comic relief. If you can make people laugh, cry, or go "aww" with your videos, it's a home run, folks. It's a home run. It doesn't have to be long and elaborate or complex. All right. So as I say, think about creating a video creation and then marketing. Creation, there's so many ways to create videos. Super simple, from super simple to, you know, major and elaborate. Also, I got a little thing over here. Hopefully you can see that bottom bullet. Think about, I've got another slide coming up about this. I'm going to talk a little bit more about content, the 3 buckets to put your content into. Think about educate, entertain, and a call to action. So educate, those are your tips relating to your industry, how-tos. They could be you know, video tips. They could also be things like non-video content would be like white papers and reports and downloads. Obviously, you got webinars, things like that I'm doing today. So educate. Entertain is where you just bring a bit of comic relief, some fun, obviously some humor as we've been talking about, and then call to action is when you actually want people to click through, sign up, join, register, purchase. Guess what, folks? Exciting thing is that you can actually do all 3. You could do two or three, 1, 2, or 3 of those buckets. Okay, so it's not like you have to keep all 3 separate. All right, we'll go into that just a wee bit more. By the way, if you have questions, I will be having a little Q&A at the end of this session. And also, let's see what I was going to say. I will be looking at all of your comments on the Facebook page here where we're broadcasting live, also on Google+, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Okay, so or even Instagram if anybody's asking questions there. I won't get to them all in the live session, but I'll do my best after the live session to answer your questions if I don't cover them on today's live session. So a beautiful example of video. This was mentioned in a recent presentation by Facebook's Director of Small Business. Grant's Whiskey, shout out to Scotland. Hello, Scotland in the house. Watch this, folks. April 16, earlier this year, Grant's Whiskies. What's this? It's a photo, right? It's a photo post. Okay, it's a photo post with a little bit of narrative, no link, no call to action. Fair enough. Watch the interaction here. 629 likes, 13 comments, 61 shares. Watch this, folks. Here we go. September 25th, just a few months later. And what Grant's Whiskey has done is they've taken their budget that they were spending on a small TV, like just, you know, doing some local TV ads. And they've taken that budget and they've gone ahead and put this beautifully produced, humorous, great, educational, entertaining video content. Okay, and we can see the dramatic difference. Look at that, 903 shares versus 61 shares. What does that tell you, folks? People love to be entertained on Facebook, and they love to share video with their friends. Watch the views on this one. Oops, my thing is right over that. How come I can't see that? 122,402. Oh, I see, because I can hide that. There, hide that thing that's just in my way. Right, so 122,000 views. Last I looked yesterday when I put these slides together at the last minute, just dropping a couple more examples in. So even though you got 900 shares, there's 122,000 views. That's my point I'm making about those lurkers. They'll watch the video, they don't necessarily interact with it. So great example. Kudos, Grant's Whiskey. Woohoo! Scotland in the house. Y'all know I am from Scotland, right? Canada and Scotland. If you haven't heard me speak before, I am Canadian, Scottish, and Californian. Scandifornian, something like that. Ha ha ha. Moving along, video metrics. Right, so beautiful thing, folks. If you post video, you now have in your metrics the ability to see consumption, not just views. We can, as the public, that number I just showed you in Grant's Whiskies, that's the only number that we can see as the public. But you, as a Facebook admin posting video, if you haven't done any yet, this is a kind of scorecard that you get now on your videos. In fact, why don't we just go over to live example, because I actually did a video. I'm go in here to my insights. I'll give you a wee sneak peek of my insights and video. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's amazing. What is that? Now that's a status update and a link and a link. 24.1. All right, so watch when I click on it, the video, now you get the video and you get the post. It's going to show you the different usual scorecard. It shows you the number reached. 24,000 people were reached. 5,000 video views. I just put this on last night. What time was that? 9:30 Pacific last night. 5,000 views. It shows you the likes. The likes were on the post and on the shares. And the clicks to, and if I go back to the video, these are really cool numbers here, folks, because you can see the unique versus repeat. You can also see, this is an important one to check, auto-played versus click-to-played. Now, vast majority of these are auto-played, much as we love to hate that little auto-play feature. I know for me as a user, my eye gets drawn in there, I start interacting with it, it's pretty exciting. So I can see there, right, 97% of those plays were auto-play. 133 folks here actually clicked to play it. This is really important for all you marketers. You're going to want to keep an eye on the length. So that was only 49 seconds, but we got 88% of the views, excuse me, the plays, total, excuse me, well, that's the total plays, were 30 seconds. 30 seconds or more, right? Pretty exciting. So just think that these metrics that Facebook are giving us are astronomical. Guess what, folks? Again, we have to look at the writing on the wall. The writing on the Facebook wall. Facebook's going up against head-to-head against YouTube. You know it, right? In fact, let me see. I think somewhere did I have... yeah, here. I want to draw your attention to this post. I think I didn't put this one on a tweet either, so not to worry. I will go ahead and go like this. Social Bakers. This just came out the other day, 12 days ago. This just in, yeah, social media marketers have done more than just walked away from using YouTube or video for video content. They have sprinted, and where have they gone? Straight out of the grass of Google and in the outstretched arms of Facebook. So really, really interesting stats there. Let me pop that guy right here in your comments as well, okay? So you got that handy. Feel free to tweet that out. Social Bakers, great, great company. Love those guys. So, all right, that's that. My video metrics, keep going here. Wonderful quote. Now this is Dan Levy, and he's the VP Small Business at Facebook. He was just recently presenting, and there's a great, in fact, I did tweet this one out, or it's coming if I haven't tweeted it yet, a great interview with him. Here he goes. He's talking about video, right? The creative canvas that people use on Facebook is going to continue to evolve from text to picture to video. And that's going to continue to grow and be more accessible to people as the technology for video gets simpler. Yep, it sure is. Hey, guess what, folks? You know what? I actually believe that the hashtag ALS, Ice Bucket Challenge, astronomical results. But I believe that one of the many positive things that came out of that runaway successful campaign was that people figured out how to get micro video, how to use their smartphone to use video, to shoot a video, to upload it to YouTube or Facebook or Vimeo or whatever, Instagram. And so now they're like, okay, I get it. Well, that wasn't too bad. So I can do more video. That's a good thing. All right, number 2 Facebook trend. Business pages are posting more links. If you're not posting more links, you definitely want to. Native links now get more priority. I've got my next slide. I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. The save feature, I believe, may well impact the link algorithm. The cool thing about the save feature, folks, is that saved links reappear in the newsfeed periodically to people who've saved them. It's private. It doesn't just go out randomly. You can comfortably, secretly, privately share as many, save as many links as you want, knowing that only you and Facebook know what you've saved. And you can go back and look at them and, reshare them, read them later, that kind of thing. It's kind of like a bookmark feature. But I do believe it's having an impact on the reach. The reach for links, organic reach for links has gone up dramatically. Plus, guess what, folks? If you start to scroll through your Facebook newsfeed, especially on mobile, because you can go back and forth, right? Almost all the ads, like 90% of the ads I'm seeing are links. They're link posts. You definitely want to make sure that your links have the proper image, the image preview. The exact dimensions are 1200 wide pixels. These are pixels, 1200 wide by 628 tall, okay? And there are WordPress plugins if you use WordPress, or it goes in to get your webmaster, put that tag in behind the HTML. You want to make sure that when people post your link, they share your link on Facebook, it pulls it in that nice big image preview, okay? Now examples, when Facebook, I think this is back in April or something, they gave this as an example. They said, hey, all right, folks, stop posting links like this top example where the Forbes had put the link out and then they crossed out the preview. They're saying, no, this is an example right here. There's the big picture. Actually, it's probably kind of the wrong format. And then, they're saying this is a native link. Some more examples. So these are from my iPhone. Hello, shout out to ShortStack, one of my favorite app companies, fabulous company, very positive. I just love their content on their blog as well. So this is a native link post. How do I know? Look at this. It has an image. We know, you say, well, isn't it a photo post? No, it's got a photo, but look, this is the dead giveaway right here. It has a title and you see the URL. So I can tap on this or click on it, right, on my phone, or if it's in the newsfeed, anywhere on the photo, on the title, on the URL, and that takes me to the link. This example, actually by ShortStack as well, and this one is where they've actually shared a link and crossed out the preview, right? As soon as you push the link in and you just delete the preview, that will be read as a status update, but Facebook's algorithms are pretty clever now. They're going to say that's a status update. Oh, but wait, it's got a link in it. I don't know if we're going to give it quite as much priority because it is not a native link with the preview. Still, you can mix it up. You can experiment, right? And then our friends at Buffer, shout out to Buffer, a wonderful company. Again, fantastic content. Some of the best content on the internet comes out of their blog. I just love them to bits. So this is not a link post. See the difference? There's no headline or link down here. This is a photo post with a link. Again, Facebook's going to look at that. Their algorithms are going to go, oh, this is a photo post. Ooh, but wait, it's got link in the narrative. Might give it as much priority, might not. It just depends. You've got to experiment and find out what works for you. Don't just do one format, okay? And also, when you do make a change, don't expect immediate results overnight. You've got to kind of persist with these things sometimes for many weeks before you see any dramatic differences in your reach and whatnot. You're probably familiar with a section on Facebook's blog called Newsfeed FYI, and they're always updating the algorithm. Periodically, they'll share these Newsfeed FYIs. There's less clickbaiting, which is wonderful. We're not seeing any of those, OMG, you'll never guess what happened next type of posts. Like I just said, priority to native links. Also, a kind of cool thing, not the trending topics, which, gosh, I got to be honest, folks, I really don't necessarily care for the trending topics. Once in a blue moon, I will glance up here at the top right when that section decides to fill in. There it goes. Once in a while, I look at this, I'll expand it out, and I'll just glance, but more often than not, I just don't even pay attention. What Facebook means by trending topics in this instance is actually topics that when you post either on your profile or your page, the faster that your friends and fans interact with that post, okay, like, comment, and share, that signals to Facebook that's a popular post. And it's more likely, I call it engagement timing, it's more likely to get farther up the newsfeed, all right? And also that whole bumping thing, story bump, if people were liking, commenting, sharing early on, then it'll get bumped back up. All right, 1 second, sip of water. Also, like I say, save links. I gave you a slide on that one earlier. Moving along, let's dive in. We've got a lot to cover. Keep going here. Hope you're getting a lot of value. Tweet like crazy. Ask questions. I'll get to Q&A the last 5-10 minutes best I can. Anything I don't get covered, I will do my best to follow up. So Facebook trend, business pages focus on less content. Hello, hallelujah. Higher value. Less content, higher value. Guess what, folks? You can quote me on this. Vanity metrics, and especially PTAT, people talking about this, is so 2012. Stop focusing on PTAT, engagement numbers. Engagement's good. You want likes, comments, and shares. But the whole PTAT, Facebook buried that. They hid the number. They don't think it's even that important. So you're better to look at more granular metrics on your insights. Instead, I love this here. I'm just making this up, folks, but I'm sure many of you here can resonate. I know. Stop striving for the metric of more and instead focus on the metric of meaning. Really dig deep in and find out more about your audience, Excuse me 1 second. And yeah, just be focusing on this whole element of how can you add better value, higher value, deeper value to perhaps a smaller audience. Okay, it's not all about getting masses of numbers of fans and followers and friends. It's better to have a smaller, more engaged community of the right people. Monitor your insights and select the best performing posts. Okay, wonderful quote by Ann Handley here from Marketing Profs at Ann Handley. We'll focus, this is her, and I've given you a link out. This is a beautiful post on Lee Auden's site, Top Rank blog. I do have a tweet coming out with this link to this post. And he has many influencers and thought leaders are giving their predictions for 2015 trends. And Anne was saying that we will focus on enormous empathy and customer experience and not just more blog posts. Okay, of course they're important, but we'll focus on more relevance. We'll focus on being generously useful. 2015 really will be the year we create and curate content our customers will thank us for. Yay! Love that, right? Whoopsie daisy. Back over here. There we go. Number 4 Facebook trend. Number 4 Facebook trend. Let me just hop back on camera for a quick second. See how everybody's doing. Hello. Yes, it's really me. If you just joined us, hopefully you've been tuning in this whole time. Got a lot more to cover, and I hope you're taking a lot of notes. I wish I had many pairs of eyeballs. But yeah, I just love doing these. Keep on going. It's wonderful to have you here with us. Thanks for tuning in. I know, I just muted my microphone for a second. Okay, back to screen sharing. Let's keep going. We got a lot to cover. Here we go. Okie dokie. Excuse me. All right, number 4 Facebook trend. Business pages include more personal and personalized content. Folks, as members, right, as Facebook users, we can all go up in arms and go, oh my gosh, I can't stand this big brother. There's all this data collection. It's creeping me out. Facebook's big brother. They're stalking, blah, blah, blah. Then we put our marketing hat on and we go, wait a minute. I know an awful lot about my audience. I know an awful lot about my customers. What if I could very tactfully, strategically, respectfully utilize some of that content, some of that data in order to really personalize their experience, okay? So for the longest time, honestly, folks, I just really think whether you're B2B or B2C, it's all P2P, people to people. You're going to have more humanized brands just kind of dropping out of their ivory towers and just getting more real, getting in the streets with their peeps. Selfies, you know, I think that's just not advocating everybody in the world does selfies. We're kind of overrun with selfies, right? But so nonetheless, I think that we're just going to see more personalized content and more people sharing. Now that activate employees, I really do feel that your employees, those of you that work for companies that have staff, or you have staff yourself, if you're the boss, your staff, your employees are your greatest asset, especially when it comes to social media marketing. Round up the troops, see how you can gather up storytelling and integrate their ability to capture selfies and short videos and just fun things on the street with people, especially anybody that's public facing, you know, always get permission first. But oh, that reminds me again, I have another, watch this one, folks. This is a little, I know I straddle both camps, because sometimes I'm all like, oh yeah, it's just amazing how much data, but then I'm like, hey, wait a minute, how much data? Wall Street Journal had this post not that long ago that, guess what? It's a little creepy. I must admit, this is no fair. Marketing firms are mining your selfies, scanning. There's apps out there that will scan sites to find brands and be able to target ads. The part I'm not so keen about, if you read this article, I don't think I have a link to that. Let me drop this into your comments, folks. There you go. The thing I'm not keen about is, like, if you happen, let's say a friend posts a selfie up and you happen to be wearing a pair of Levi jeans, and it happens to show in the photo. Well, then now what? You can be using an ad for Levi jeans. I mean, you know, where do we draw the line? It's come on, it's not just fair game just because we put up a selfie or something that can be used in marketing. Hopefully that, hopefully as you read this article, hopefully we'll see, companies just being more mindful about that and getting permission, okay? So moving on that same note though, our wonderful friend here, Mike Stelzner, isn't he doing an amazing job with the Social Media Success Summit? Those of you that are tuning in to that great conference, a month-long conference. And I will see you at Social Media Marketing World, those of you coming to San Diego in March. Here is also from the same top rank, 2015 predictions, digital marketing predictions. This is what Mike Stelzner says. Those marketers who do nothing but sell, sell, sell are going to get ignored, dismissed, and overlooked by consumers and prospects. Get cracking, folks. It's time to actually care. I love that. Get cracking, folks. It's time to actually care. By the way, you're more than welcome to take screenshots of these slides and share them on Twitter, wherever, Instagram, Facebook. And I will email you with a copy of the slides and all those wonderful links and notes. Here's Mike and I. It's a little bit blurry, but this was a fun selfie that we took at Social Media Day. He's just a wonderful person. He's just really super, super generous. Gosh, he embodies the word care, no question about that. Now, the number 5 Facebook trend, of course, this is a no-brainer, but hello, folks. I got to tell you, sometimes I have so-so experiences with my Facebook ads. Sometimes I have ridiculous, outrageous, phenomenal experiences with Facebook ads. It just takes a bit of adjusting. It takes a bit of know-how, being able to dig in there and get them to work for you. The number 5 trend I see in 2015 for Facebook marketers is that businesses get better at placing intelligent ads. The key absolutely is they have to be relevant and timely. I'm going to give you a few examples, and I'm going to kind of call some people out here, call some companies out in the examples coming up. The cool thing, if you happen to be in a company or an agency that provides any kind of ad-related services, 2015 is going to be the year of those companies just blow up. Anything from small business, solopreneurs, right on up to major high-end agencies, enterprise-level agencies. There's just such a huge need for ad-related services, right? It's just, here we are, Google AdWords, same thing. Custom audiences, I think, Facebook's really on a mission right now. They're educating small to medium-sized businesses like crazy about this whole aspect of custom audiences. It's a critical component to be able to actually segment your audience, customize your message to different parts of that, obviously different segments, and then to do inclusion and exclusion. Many of you here actually responded to a Facebook ad I placed for this webinar, and I loaded up the attendee list, the list of people who had already responded and signed up for the webinar to exclude. So I'm not, obviously placing an ad in front of you for a webinar you've already signed up for. Well, guess what? Facebook, there's a little bit of a bug. I usually always get a 50% match rate, and they just kept coming back to me and going, oh, your audience is too small. Your audience is no way. It was well over 5,000 in that list, but who knows? Maybe they've changed up the numbers or something. But I'm just saying the exclusion component is so important. Examples coming up. Next slides. Paid reach, absolutely. That's it. Paid reach, it's mainstream. We can't get away from it. Don't even just knock it. Look, we had a wonderful free ride for years and years and years and years. Organic reach was the holy grail. Well, now targeted, laser targeted reach in front of the right people is the holy grail. And Mark said this at the beginning of this year, that their goal isn't to blast the newsfeed with a bazillion more ads. They don't want quantity, they want quality. Their goal is to reach a point where ads are as relevant and timely as the content your friends share with you. I've been harping on about this for quite a while, folks. Reason being is that so many of the ads that just feel very interruptive or disruptive and very marketing, salesy kind of speak, right? But when you think about it, if this is Facebook's mission, that they're wanting to ensure that the ads are just kind of seamlessly blending in there. You don't really notice that, oh, wait a minute, I just clicked on an ad. So the secret is to be a member. There was a saying going around way back in 2007 that when the marketers move in, the members move out. Well, guess what? The secret is to be a member first. When you're a member first, you think about things from a user standpoint. You look through your newsfeed from a user standpoint. These are just some examples. I've gotten the notes of these slides. I'm going to have to skip along a little faster here, make sure we get everything in. But these were just some ads. I've been an paid iStock customer for many, many years. And just kind of my account was sitting dormant. So I thought that was interesting to get an ad from them. Sixth Division. Now, I just recently invested a significant amount of money with Sixth Division. They actually provide services for Infusionsoft customers. And it was just interesting. You know, no sooner had I signed up for their service, and then they were asking me to download a free report. So I was like, hey, folks, you want to exclude me from your audience because I'm already on your list. I'm already one of your top clients, so I don't need to be downloading a free report necessarily. But so that's just interesting in terms of that exclusion. That's I'm harping on about the exclusion audience. Now, same box, and I don't mean to put them, throw them under the bus, but and if those of you, if you have already seen my Social Media Success Summit session, I'm just including a couple of examples that are the same. But I kept seeing this ad. I've been a happy SaneBox customer for like over a year. I don't know, maybe even 2 years. And I just kept seeing their ads. So then I put my little comments on them. Hey, every day it was like, come on, stop placing your ads. I know I could have just hidden it, but I'm like, you know, hey, get better at targeting because I don't need to be a customer. I'm already a customer. So, but they wrote to me. They sent me a nice email, which was really kind. It was good, and we're all good there. So, number 6 Facebook trend, Atlas. You all heard of Atlas? It's a really nifty platform that Facebook bought from Microsoft, I think for only 500 million. So they say about, let's see, about 18 months ago, wasn't it? About January, February last year. Facebook is going to roll out now. It's very, very early stages yet. This is not mainstream. This is only available to a few preferred marketing developers or agencies working directly with Facebook, but it will become mainstream. I don't know if in 2015, but you want to keep a very close eye on what Facebook's doing with Atlas. Basically, the cool thing, folks, so cookies, you know how tracking works, right? You go in, you look at a website, and you see something, you either buy it or you don't. Oftentimes, if you don't buy it, the dang thing follows you all over the web and all over Facebook, that pair of shoes or that, you know, special, that piece of furniture or camera, whatever it is you might be looking at, and it's following you all over the web. Well, it can't do that on mobile, but with Facebook, how they're doing it is you can retarget, you can track people and remarket to them using their Facebook login. And what they're saying is you can reach the right people at the right time on the right devices. So watch my little example here. This is John. John's a friend of mine. Haha, I'm just making this up, but he could be. John is looking at buying Maria Ferrari. Thanks, John. And he's on his laptop and he's like, gee, oh, that looks like a nice Ferrari on his laptop, right? Watch this. At the same time, on his mobile device, he gets a targeted and personalized ad saying, hey, John, take us for a test drive. That is the power of Atlas. That's the power of Atlas. So he walks away from his laptop. He could then, you know, if Ferrari were doing targeted ads like that through the Atlas system, they could see, I don't know about the hey, John part. I made that part up, but who knows? It could get to that place. I suppose our data is supposed to all be anonymized, but certainly the retargeting on the mobile, that's the point we're making here. Pretty exciting stuff. Number 7, Facebook trend. Businesses include more creative Facebook integration. I don't see enough of this, folks. I really want you to take this one to heart. Put the Facebook button, likes, and everything everywhere, all over your website, apps, logins, like and the recommend and the follow. If you have the follow button enabled on your personal profile, for sure you want to go and gather more followers as well. Guess why? More posts from personal profiles show up in the newsfeed than do posts from pages, right? We all know that. Organic reach is down, so we're doing paid reach. But one way to overcome that a little bit is to make sure that people follow you in your personal profile, and you can do that through a follow button. Okay? The comments, I'm seeing more and more companies are using comments on their sites too. And I love to see embedded posts. You definitely want to do more embedded posts. You can embed any post, any public post, yours or other people's, and especially look to embed posts with video. Okay? All right, so let's cover, gosh, time is ticking along here. I got quite a bit more to talk about. We got the organic reach tips coming up, and the 6 mistakes and the big trend. First, let's talk about some major changes on what is it? What is it that's causing this drop in organic reach? Well, causing it. I do have some of these. Some of you might have seen this slide before. It's a great, great visual to indicate, okay, that many people are not seeing your content. 94%, only 6% of people are seeing your content. I think that, you know, maybe this is the first time you're seeing this. For many small business owners out there, just didn't realize, gosh, why are more people not clicking like and share and comment? I don't get it. This is why, folks. they're not seeing your content, okay? Organic reach is down, unfortunately. I have a slide coming up with tips on improving that organic reach, and then of course you have your paid reach. Let's see, come on, a little slide, temperamental on me here. There it goes. So why are we seeing such a decline in organic reach? Facebook says it's because there's more content than ever. People have more friends. They've liked more pages. On any given visit to Facebook, whether desktop or mobile, a user could see between 1,500 and 15,000 potential stories, right? Depending on how many friends they have, pages they've liked. There are 100,000 algorithm weights. Oh my gosh. Folks, when you're just going to try to get your head around that, it's just mind-boggling, right? So all of that many stories, up to 15,000, Facebook selects 300, and those are the ones that are placed in the newsfeed. Plus, let's not forget, especially as Facebook page admins, owners, marketers, that your content is affected by user interaction or lack thereof. Remember that many slides ago, I've shown you the examples from Short Stack and Buffer of the types of link posts, native, crossed out preview, and then photo. Your content is affected by user interaction. So if people have a tendency to interact with photo posts, they'll see more photo posts. They might not see as many link posts or status updates. Conversely, obviously it works for them all. So people tend to interact with status posts, you do nothing but status, and then you do a photo post. Wow, you got a whole other different audience. That's why it's important to mix up your content type, all right? Here's those 3 buckets I was talking about. You're either going to inform or educate, entertain, and include a call to action. You can certainly do all 3, or you could do all 3 in one, or you could split them out, okay? And again, I got some notes in that slide for you. Now then, organic reach tips. If you're following along on the handout, you can jot these in, or you can wait to get the slides, and I'll be sending these to you. Try posting more native links, talked about that at length today. Post more videos and photos, mix up the post types, again, talked about all that. And this is one of my favorite tips, folks. Test posting outside business hours. One of my most popular posts was at 1 a.m. on a Friday, 1 a.m. I guess it was a Saturday morning, you know, I just kind of, this was a little while ago, but I'd come back from painting the town red. I'm just kind of hopping on Facebook. Oh, I think I'll put a Facebook post out and just ask people, you know, what time is it in their time, their part of their world. Like hundreds and hundreds of comments. My point is, you know, you don't have to do something like that, but certainly think about posting in evenings and weekends. Don't miss those out. Mix up the frequency per one of those trends that I mentioned, that pages will be posting less often. Don't be afraid to post less. Folks, there's sometimes when I would miss a whole day. I post on average maybe 5 or 6 times a week, and believe me, it's plenty. It's plenty. But again, I hate to say, don't take that literal. If you're posting 20 times a day and it's working for you, awesome. I know there's some great examples of pages doing that. Post length, go short, go long. At tags of other pages, this is really, really cool. I try to do at least one at tag of another page where it's relevant in all my posts. Drive traffic from other sources. All right, we got to do a quick example on this. So this, the timestamp. Oh, I'm giving you a sneak preview. I know I'm going to give all these people a shout out. The timestamp is always, when you click on it, you get a unique URL. Now you can shorten that unique URL. You can put it out as a tweet. You can put it in a newsletter. You can drive traffic from other sites. And it helps with that wonderful organic reach. Okay, so that's what I mean by that. Drive traffic from other sources, but directly to a specific post. Certainly repost popular posts. My friends over at TabSite, shout out TabSite. I see them doing that a lot, because obviously if only 6% of your fans are seeing your posts, well, you may as well mix it up and repost popular posts. Shout out to John Loomer too, a friend of mine, wonderful Facebook ads expert at Facebook marketing, and he's a big advocate of this as well. You know, find what worked well, dig it up, post it out again. This will work for some of you that maybe you have multiple languages that you're targeting, and then you pre-select the target audience, post gate that's called. That's in your settings, a little bit more advanced, but I need to move on to the next slide. So here we go. 6 Facebook mistakes. Some of them we've kind of talked about. Posts are all too samey, fill in the blanks, or they're only publishing one type of post. In fact, I'm going to put, let's see, what is this company called? Capital One 360. I just find these guys interesting, however they're doing their marketing. I don't know why they don't do more photo posts or video posts. Well, they do some, but it's like the photo posts get the most shares. Oh, there's a video post. Okay, to be fair, Capital One, if you're watching, I love you. I actually have an account with you. Well, it was with Ing Direct, and then you guys bought them or took them over in the US. But they do a lot of questions and a lot of fill in the blanks. And maybe it works for them. Maybe it works for them. But honestly, I would just recommend mixing it up. Try something different. And this is probably one of the biggest mistakes ever, is not responding to fan comments or posts. You can check out Social Bakers. They have this wonderful metric called socially devoted. Interestingly enough, this has always fascinated me, folks, that the companies that do the best with their social media engagement, responding to fans and Twitter followers, etc., are all outside of the United States. They're in Europe and Asia, and not in the US. So folks here, my fellow folks in the US, we got to get it together. Advertising to existing customers, we gave you some examples of that. I think it's just a waste of your advertising dollars, and I know that Facebook ads are tricky, but man, it's so important to do some of those excluded custom audiences. Also, a pet peeve of mine, I'm sure some of you here can agree, is just not looking at your frequency numbers. If you have an ad that somebody's seen 7 times, they're more likely to, they might even unlike your page. In fact, they might hide all. I think that's probably worse than unliking your page, because even if they unlike your page, they're never going to see you. But if they hide all, well, now they're in your fan count, but they're not seeing your posts. But they will hide. They'll hide everything if you post if you do your ad too often. And then number 5, and that's really pertaining to trend number 6 I just talked about, not integrating with other channels, or in fact I could even add to that not even making it obvious that you're on Facebook. If I go to your website and I struggle to find where your Facebook page is or your buttons for your social profiles, and make sure they're above the fold, somewhere up the top, that's really important. Oh, ding, ding, ding. Guess what, people? Ha, ha, ha. Number 6 mistake is closing down your page. Okay, just for the heck of it, I have to come back on camera about this. Yes. So, for those of you familiar with what happened, our friends over at Copy Blogger, Brian Clark, shout out to Brian, love you, I think you're awesome. We've met before, he's an amazing guy. So he has his reasons, and I totally get that, the company does. And I'm sure, some of you here could maybe relate to what Brian did. Maybe some of you haven't heard of it, but basically they shut down their Facebook page, and he's not the first person to do that. Right? Wasn't it Eat24 or something, that company that you could, it was a food app or something. I just think if you can't get your Facebook working for you, then obviously you're not doing something right. If you've got a bunch of fake likes in there, whatever, you can strip them out or not. Use all the tricks in the book with the organic reach, with the driving traffic from other sites, with Facebook ads, of course, with dedicating resources for community managers, one of the best investments you can make. Shout out to Juan Felix in the Netherlands. He's my community manager, and also for Social Media Examiner. But gosh darn, folks, closing down your whole page, I just think that's a real oversight. Of course, not, maybe they could just open up a new one and start all over again. But guess what? Even if you're not getting a lot of traction right now with your Facebook marketing, one of the main reasons to make sure that you still have a presence is for SEO. Okay, Facebook is the number 2 most trafficked site on the web, second only to Google, right? So if you go and search on Google for your keywords, invariably your Facebook page will come up high. All right, now Copy Blogger didn't necessarily need to do that, but anyway, that's just my little, caveat there. I just don't recommend shutting down your page if you're not getting any traction. You can always temporarily unpublish it, come up with a better strategy, and then republish it. All right, let's finish up my slides, and then we'll get to some Q&A. We'll get to my shout outs. I got lots of people to shout out on your pages. Here we go. All right, so we did all that. Now then, this is the big growing trend. This is exciting, folks. It's actually something I'm seeing more and more, and I got some examples for you. This isn't necessarily just pertaining to Facebook. In fact, this is a growing trend in online marketing. The businesses are, you heard that saying before, moving the free line. It basically means, giving away more content for free, and then focusing on higher end offers. So more companies are giving away the free webinars. What I'm doing right here, I've been doing free webinars, gosh, probably for about 10 years, actually, long before even I was on Facebook. White papers, reports, infographics, etc. And then here's what I'm seeing. Many companies are offering a higher quality exclusive experiences at a bigger price point, which is actually pretty exciting. So some examples. Gary Vaynerchuk, our beloved Gary V. Yay! Shout out to Gary V. Have you seen him do his Ask Gary show? You can go hashtag Ask Gary and go to, this is a screenshot from his Facebook page, obviously. Here's on already episode 34. Well, many of you are familiar with his Wine Library TV. I love this little comment. Dave Stewart says, I miss Wine Library TV. And he says, me too. Didn't he do over 1,000 episodes? It's just amazing. So this is Gary just giving away a ton of free content. Now, I don't know for certain, but I'm imagining that, you know, he is focusing, his revenue model is to focus more on the higher end, you know, he's a big agency. I think last I looked, he had like 300 employees. It's just insane. One of my favorite marketers and a good friend of mine, Shalene Johnson, is just doing amazing things with her marketing. My goodness. And you can check her out on Facebook, Shalene Johnson, and she's great videos. She's actually a celebrity fitness trainer with Turbo Fitness and Pio and for Beachbody. But she's also an incredible marketer and an internet marketing expert. And you can see that she just recently launched the Smart Success Seminar.com, and it was for higher end. I want to say it was about $800 or $900 for that. She did a great job of it. Here is wonderful Jonathan Fields. Are you guys familiar with Jonathan Fields? His book Uncertainty, and then he recently launched this Revolution News. Same thing. I believe his price point was way up there, $800 or $900 on just a very similar marketing model. I thought it was really interesting. Many of you might be familiar with Marie Forleo. She's awesome. I just love her to bits. So she's had B-School for a while. I wouldn't say that she kind of cottoned onto this for some time ago. This is $2,000 to do her B-School. And then you've got our friends over at Social Media Examiner. This is about $1,000 to do this. This is a live event, right? It's a 2.5 day live event, Social Media Marketing World. Popped a little link there, just a little shameless plug. I will be there. Love to meet you there. You know, if you haven't got your ticket yet, he always does great deals. Mike Stelzner, there he is. You got Guy and Jay, Chris Brogan, Michael Hyatt, Ann Handley, Joe Polizzi, and our Cliff Ravenscraft podcast guy. And yours truly. Yay! Now, a quick note here. I've got some links in here on this slide, but 82% of consumers use Facebook to speak with a customer service rep. Again, just harping on about that point about how important it is to make sure that you have a really solid relationship with your fans and your customers. Watch this beautiful example. Here's Gina Alexander. She does these gorgeous photo handbags, so you can have your photo put on a handbag. And she did an experiment one time. She's one of my students. She had gone through one of my courses, and she told me this testimonial. Came up to me at an event we were at, and she said that she put this out on Facebook, and she just did a free call, and to find out, she had this revenue opportunity for people that wanted to sell her handbags. Well, guess what, folks? Within 24 hours, she did like a telethon, right? She posted about it, a telethon. Within 24 hours, she'd made $28,000. Is that amazing or what? Just incredible. So on that note, you know, I hope you got value today. I'm going to get your Q&A, and I'm going to do a little shout out in a minute for folks I got you pulled up that were so gracious to share some of your pages. Meantime, I wanted to share an opportunity with you for an exclusive small group of folks to come and work directly with me. I'd love to be your mentor. I have a brand new program out. It's called Accelerate. I'm not going to go on and on and on about it. You can read about it yourself. The main purpose of today is to give you your Facebook 2015 marketing trends and whatnot to focus on. But for those of you that would like some support starting November 12th all the way through December 12th, come and join me in the Accelerate program. If you're watching this on the Facebook page, you've got the green button below, or you can simply go to marismith.com/accelerate. Now, there is a special $200 savings in the next 48 hours only if you go ahead and just enter Save 200 at checkout. There's also an incredible upgrade that you can take advantage of. I'm calling it Turbo Accelerate, where not only do I mentor you for 30 full days in achieving incredible social media success, much bigger and better measurable results than what you're getting now. You also get to work directly with your own dedicated social media virtual assistant for 60 days. All right, so you can find out more about that, marismith.com/accelerate. Okay, and just take you to that page right here. You can just read about it here, and it's just very, very exciting. It's only for a small group of committed folks that are ready to ramp up their social media big time. All right. So with that, oh yeah, I threw this in here. Is Mari like Ferrari? This isn't my Ferrari. This is outside the Marconi Museum, Automotive Museum. Beautiful Ferrari. Oh, and anybody can guess what kind of car this is? Who knows what kind of car that is? It is. It's not mine. I just like sports cars. I don't know if I would drive one, but I like to look at them. Of course, I like this one because it was turquoise, right? Still my favorite color. And this is actually a Lucra. I posted it on Facebook, and then some motor expert told me what it was. So with that, folks, let me hop over to come and do some Q&A for you. And oh, before I do that, hang on, Mari. I got to do my prize drawing. So thank you so much to everybody who played with this wonderful, gosh, we just squeeze this in at the last minute, but make sure the folks watching the recording will see this as well. Thank you so much to everybody. I'm just going to do a quick scroll through here that, you know, everybody can come and see this on my page, but I have actually handpicked. I said I would do 6. I've actually picked out a lot more than that. Oh, there's Lisa. Lisa Spector through Dog's Ear. Hey, Lisa, baby sitting here watching me, just very, oh, there she did a big yawn. I have to put her on camera. Maybe we'll give her a little preview. So let's see, in the hot seat, Denise Allen Fine Art. Wonderful. Hey, from the UK. Hello, Denise Allen Fine Art. Frugal Freebies, Home and Garden. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that cat has torn off somebody's arm. It's Halloween. Too funny. That's a cute picture. Who else do we have? Crimson Leaf Studios. Hello, greetings to you. Website, design, email marketing, copywriting. Oh my God. Does your website need a makeover? There you go. Liz Ions, Guide to, Asian. How do you pronounce your last name? Asian. Guide to Engagement Online and Research, marketing consultant. And she's in the UK too. Oh my gosh, I just happened to pick a few UK folks. Building relationships that matter. I love your tagline. And we have Melissa Michelle. She is in event planning, trade shows, events, and social media solutions. Very exciting. Another one, Elkins Resort on Priest Lake. Hello, beautiful peeps in Norman, Idaho. How awesome. And then these folks, I did see you were in Scotland. I guess we got UK in the house today. All started with that Grant's whiskey. I promise I'm not drinking Grant's whiskey right now, but hey, I might be, you never know. Tulsa Radiators UK, building materials out of Scotland. Further Foundation, hello, greetings to you folks. That looks like a really awesome organization for fundraising. I had a little peek at that earlier. Evan, oh, now these folks, you, Mr. Evan Bremer, voice actor, have won a copy of my book, New Relationship Marketing, and so has Lisa Campbell. Yay! Way to Wellness, fitness instructor. Very nice, very nice. So with that, let me hop back on camera and do a little bit of Q&A. I'm sure you have lots. If it works for you to join the Accelerate program, I would love to work with you. It's going to be awesome. Man, I'm so excited. This is really, really high end. It's not for the faint of heart, not for beginners. I would say it's more intermediary. And I do have all the details on the page there. You can find out the green button below, marismith.com/accelerate. Really, really just so excited. It's going to be amazing. So with that, there we go. Okay, let me refresh and just see if there's a few questions that I can catch. Shout out, thank you, Nancy, Maryland. Oh, thank you so much. Zarka, a custom turquoise necklace. That's so kind of you. John Wilson, Lisa. Oh, don't put you on camera. Oh, she says, oh no, but I'll put baby on camera. Watch, let me just see if I can. Hey, you all want to see my cat? Now I've got my blinds drawn and I got all my lights here, but I do have a camera that will come off. And here she is. Hey, you want to be on camera, baby? Baby. She's like turning around. She's like, okay, whatever. Hey, yay, look. That's baby the big dog. Oh, she's so adorable. That's her little spot. She sits in the corner right there. There, a little cameo. A little cameo from my cat. She's a CEO, cat engagement officer. Okay, good. I'm just seeing a lot of thank yous and whatnot. We are at the top of our time together, so I don't know if you all had specific questions or not, but I will most definitely take a look. Wow, you guys are awesome. Look at all those comments. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It's just amazing, really. I know you got value. I know you did. I just love that you're still here with me, and I will follow up with the replay link, with the webinar guide, and also, as promised, the slides. Folks, if it speaks to your heart, if you'd love to have me as your mentor and absolutely dramatically improve your social media results in the next 30 days from November 12th to December 12th, skipping 1 week for US Thanksgiving. And it's a small group, about 45 people max. I'll be working with you pretty darn closely, and it's going to be a high level of accountability. Really never done anything to this level before. And then also you have the turbo upgrade where you can have your own dedicated social media assistant to do all the work for you. Okay, marismith.com/accelerate. It's been a joy and a pleasure to serve you, folks. We will see you on the cyberspace world. It's an exciting life, isn't it? Many blessings to you. Enjoy the rest of the evening, the morning, the night, the day. We'll see you next time. Much love. Namaste.